What a game, what a game, what a game. What's going on, people? Welcome to the LV Live show. I'm LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Once again, I want to thank all the new subscribers for coming by to my channel, man. It is truly, truly appreciated. Them boys lost a tough one today at the Garden to close out the Sixers. This is always the toughest game of a series. The closeout game, they lose 112 to 106 in overtime. Maxey was active today. Active. Maxey came in the clutch for them boys. A lot of things I'm going to go over and I'm going to touch on with this game. But first, I'm not even mad at this game, right? You guys got to understand that, I said the Knicks in 5 in my heart, but I really said the Knicks in 6. This is always the toughest game. And the next game, game 6, is going to be even tougher, right? It's going to be even tougher because these guys are fighting for their playoff lives. And I would not be surprised if this goes to a game 7. I just would not. There's a lot of things about this game that I liked. A lot of things I'm going to have issues with. I'm going to touch on. But we got to salute the Sixers, man. We got listen. The fight is there. Embiid looked like a shell of himself. Maxey came through, was flexing his muscle. Jalen Brunson had his moments, but he also had his dud moments, right? Jay Supreme, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live. Tough loss for them boys. Overtime in the playoffs, 112 to 106. Great game, man. Fabulous game, fabulous game. I thought we had it, right? I really, truly did. Got to make your free throws. You got to make your free throws, right? You really do. Coach, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rock with LV Live tonight. 112, 106. Tough loss in overtime. Maxey was active. Whew, Maxey was, whew. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. Heavy is the head. Listen, man, this is the toughest. This is the heaviest jersey in the league. I'm telling you. Heaviest jersey in the league. But listen, missed free throws at the end. OG Anunoby missed one. Josh Hart missed the key one. Put us up by 4. Maxey came down. Bang, bang, right? I mean, listen, this is what it is. This is the playoffs, man. The NBA is very happy. Wiz BK LA, man, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live tonight. 112, 106. Tough loss in overtime, man. Tough one. Now, man, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live. 112, 106. Tough loss. Atlantic Lion. What's going on, man? Listen, this is the playoffs, guys. This is the playoffs. Listen, we got to take our hat off, man. We got to respect our opponent. We knew they was going to come out swinging, and they came out swinging. We had it in the clutches, but they weren't going to stop fighting. They weren't. Maxey is that guy. We understand how good he is. We've known that. Embiid wasn't at all. He wasn't nothing, man. Him and Mitch was limping around out there, right? Maxey, like I said, Maxey was the best player on the Maxey was the best player on the floor tonight. Period. There's a couple of things that, what tonight showed, I'll be honest with you. What's going on, people? Listen, look who decided to show up, right? We haven't seen him in a very long time. The Knicks have been rocking and rolling, but as soon as the Knicks lose a tough one, look who pops their head in here. MBIC, long time no see, sir. Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live. MBIC, a pillar here in the LV Live show. We haven't seen him in a long time. Nice to see you, sir. Nice to see you, sir. MBIC is back, people. MBIC is back. Jack City, man, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live. If it's your first time coming through, please subscribe to the channel. Appreciate you coming through, rocking with me and my crew, man. Tough loss from the boys in overtime, 112, 106. Big Tone, Open Sports Talk, man. Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Tough loss from them boys, 112, 106. Maxey was active tonight. It's a lot of things I'm going to touch on, right? But first off, we really got to be honest here. We miss Randall. We listen. We miss Randall. We miss Randall. Coach says, I don't miss Randall. Yeah, he know. Tabs don't want it with Randall. Randall give Cat the business, coach. We know this. We miss Randall. And the reason why we miss Randall is for the balance, right? And I think that Brunson had big moments tonight. He had, he was big last game. Brunson is getting tunnel vision. And if anybody in here has played, right, I want you guys to put a thumbs up if you've played before. This is there's 5 players on the court. There's 4 guys on your team. If adding yourself, it's 5, right? Tim, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. Tough loss on the boys, 112 to 106. There's 5 guys on the court, man. You got to use your teammates. And there's times he gets tunnel vision, man. Like, you think these guys are reading their own clippings? I think they are, man. And listen, I love Brunson. I'm rocking his shirt. I let it be known. He is the man. I get it. But there are other teams. He didn't get to this point in that fourth quarter and in that overtime by himself. It was OG Anunoby getting steals. It was Deuce coming up with big shots. Those guys were huge. It's him. So, yeah, we miss free throws. Like, it happens in a game, guys. Like, that's, we should not. We know who he is. Guys can see. But in a situation like that, you got to make the defense work. They weren't working. They wasn't even moving their feet. They just dropping back. Everybody is watching you operate at the top of the court like you Iverson. Dogs, we're not going to win like that. It's called hero ball. Like, my man, and they're going down there. They're running offense. They're running back cuts, everything. Back cuts with Oubre, back cuts with Maxey. These feeding to Embiid. Embiid's hitting with a back cut. Like, they're running their offense. Like, dogs, you coming down running one flat. Everybody clear out. I'm going 1-on-5. Once again, right? The game will tell you what to do, man. The game will tell you. No one else shot the ball in overtime. It was him going 1-on-8. I'm sorry. I'm getting my numbers wrong. 1-on-5, man. Mike Morgan, man, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. If it's your first time subscribing or coming through, please subscribe to the channel. Appreciate you coming through rocking with me and my crew tonight, man. Tough Floor Boys 112 to 106 in overtime. And I understand you got to take the good with the bad, right? With our star players. I understand that. But you got to call them out, right? Heavy is the head that wears the crown. But you can't run a one flat. You can't do that, man. You know what I'm saying? So you got to call like, yo, like, we got to run the offense. We got to run the offense still. We got to keep them on their toes. Because then if you run the offense, right, now it's going to make Embiid respect iHeart. It's going to make Oubre respect Josh Hart. Maxey respect Deuce. Like, that's what's going to happen. If everyone's just sitting still and watching you, then the double can come. And then that 3 he tried to pull, he made that fake pass to iHeart. That's not iHeart's fault. You've been shooting every single time you get the rock. You're not even passing the ball. And it's not like those guys are playing like bumps tonight. Deuce played really well. So did Josh Hart. So did OG Anunoby. Those guys played well. You're not even giving them a chance to even show what they're going to do because you reading your own clippings. Right? He reading Slam Magazine about how he scored 47. He's this, he got the city. And I get it. I'm the one saying it too. But a smart player understands, like, yo, I got to break this down. Like, I got to chill. I got to pump the brakes. Tib said it. The game will tell you what to do. Right? So you got to see what the defense is running. You got to call them out and say, all right, cool. This is what they're running. So, boom, iHeart, come up. Let's set a screen. Boom, we got to run this. You got to run that. Let's do that because, so we can keep them off balance. And in doing that, that's going to open up the offense. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I think they got tight at the end. I think that they realized that they kind of blew it. The Sixers had some momentum from Maxey. And I think that's what happened. I don't think in any way, shape, or form this ruins their confidence. You know what I'm saying? It really doesn't. Like, now it's like, all right, we got to get back to it. I have a feeling they're going to win Game 6. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tougher than it was tonight. But I have a feeling they're going to win Game 6. The Sixers got away by the skin of their teeth tonight. The Knicks had this game. Maxey with great heroics. You got to give it to him. It was big for him to knock down those shots the way he did. But just really bonehead plays. You know what I mean? Especially Mitch with that 4-point play. Like, come on, man. You know what I mean? So that was a bonehead play. Maxey hitting that three from deep. I mean, that's, you know what I mean? Yeah, listen, man, that's, you can't really plan for that. But I think on the road, I think there'll be a lot more focus, a lot of pressure playing in the Garden, man. You know what I mean? A lot of pressure. So I think we'll be fine. I think it will be the Knicks in 6. I said the Knicks in 5. I said Knicks in 5 in my heart. Let me correct myself. Knicks in 6 is what I felt we was going to possibly do. So, it's just one of those games, man. But I think him being the man, he's got to be smarter in that overtime and how he runs things. He can't be trying. He thought he was Iverson for a second. Like, you can't just be like head down like that because you're not even running. Like, you got to make these are your teammates, man. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to really trust in them. But once again, like I stated earlier, that's where we miss Randall. And if you guys don't think the Knicks are going to go out and pull in a whale this summer, you're mistaken. You're mistaken. The Knicks are going to pull in somebody huge this summer because he can't. He needs somebody to go with him. Like, he can't. He's not that guy yet. He's a all NBA guy. He's an all-star. Yes. But he's going to need somebody to go with him because those other dudes, he doesn't trust them enough, obviously, because he's not looking to facilitate when he sees the defense is dropping and just focusing on him. He's got to trust in Deuce and trust in DiVincenzo and trust in OG Anunoby. He's got to trust in those guys. That's part of the team. You got to do that. You can't just give it to him when you don't see no opening. Like, it don't go like that. You got to run the offense. That's what separates the really, really good players from the elite players. You know what I mean? That's what makes LeBron a different type of beast, right? Because he understands the game. Like, LeBron can get he'll score 5 in a row, but if he sees what the defense is running, he'll be like, yo, hold up. We're running back cut. Boom, back cut. Boom, get an easy bucket. Boom, timeout. We up by 6. You see what I'm saying? He's not going to be so caught up in I'm making another one because I'm hot. He lets the game dictate what he is, and he's so connected to the game. That's what makes LeBron a different type of monster. Magic Johnson, these IQ guys. Because remember, guys, Jordan used to be like that until Phil Jackson came and told him to calm down. He can't be trying to shoot over 5 people. That can't happen. Brunson tried to do that tonight. You know what I mean? And I'm like, yo, dude, like, you got to reel yourself back in, man. You got guys around you that can score. So I don't know. To me, I thought he dropped the ball in the overtime, especially us being up by 5. He dropped the ball there. Coach said Brunson just threw it away, man. Yeah. That overtime, he kind of got a little ball headed. NBIC says you finally see what I've been telling you about Brunson. He is not 2. He's a 2, not a 1. NBIC, I didn't say he's not a 1. I said he needs another piece to go with him, which could be his 2. NBIC, welcome back. He's back, people. He's back, rocking and rolling with the crew. Tim says, facts. Brunson forced a lot of unnecessary shots. Yes, Tim should have doubled Maxey in that 4th quarter and let him beat us. Yeah, he should. When Maxey was coming off that pick hard, man, fast. They should have closed a little quicker. But what was happening is, once again, they're running their offense. When they were stepping up to come to that double, Tim, Oubre was sliding right underneath, and he was hitting Oubre with that bounce pass. Or hit that Oubre finished a couple of times at the rim. You know what I'm saying? Those guys were cutting. You know what I'm saying? So the Knicks were standing still. That's because Brunson's playing hero ball at the top of the key. I can't, my man. That can't be that can't be that. Like, you know what I mean? Like. There's a time and place for hero ball. Like I understand it. Like that, but that's where the great players don't know that yet. He's not there yet. He's a great player, but the elite guys, they know when it's time to play hero ball. It wasn't time yet because your other guys in your team were playing well. So you got to trust in those guys. There was one play in the game where DiVincenzo just hit a 3. Bang. And they got the ball back, and Brunson tried to go 1-on-3 again. And I'm like, dude, why wouldn't you swing it back to run the same play for DiVincenzo? Because once he sees the ball go through once, he can get hot. Let him kind of, right? You got to feed off your teammates. He kind of didn't do that. You know what I mean? And I think that Hey, listen, guys, let's be honest, right? I think he's reading his clippings, man. You know what I mean? I'm not saying he's not. I'm not saying he's not the guy. Trust me, he's our guy. But you got to call a thing a thing. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes us New Yorkers. We're honest about people. I think he's reading his clippings, and I think that that's what happened today in that overtime. Garrett, man, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live tonight. Tough loss for them boys in overtime, 112-106. Playoff basketball is back. Maxey was big. Big for Maxey. This is the playoffs, man. This is the playoffs. You can't listen. It ain't going to be easy, man. So you got to love it. You got to love it. You got to love it. James Priest said we definitely miss Randall. We do, man. We do. Listen, it's his Robin to his Batman, man. You need him. You need both guys. Because Randall will settle things down. Just like Brunson settles things down for Randall. Let's say Brunson is struggling. And the defense is so focused on him, he can feed it down to Randall, let Randall get busy. And then Randall, believe it or not, more than Brunson facilitates better from that post. You understand what I'm saying? Like he'll see, and the guys come double because they understand what it is. That's just my opinion. Excuse me, but we miss Randall. Fats, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live today. If it's your first time coming through to my channel, please subscribe to the channel. Appreciate you coming through rocking with me and my boys. Tough loss for them boys. 112-106. Maxey. Big. Vibes, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. Tough loss for them boys. Orlando C, man, what's going on? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. It's your first time coming through. Please subscribe to the channel. Appreciate you coming through rocking with me and my boys tonight. Tough loss for them boys. 112-106. Maxey was flexing his muscle again today. Letting Brunson know we still here. We ain't going nowhere. Vibe said horrible shooting night plus turnovers. Where is Devo? You know what? Vibes, I was saying the same thing tonight and last game. But this is where, once again, right, Brunson's kind of getting caught up, right? Listen, he's human, man. He's getting caught up, right? I said it at the beginning. I think he's reading his own clippings. You got to use these guys, man. We got to use your guys. And you got to try to get your guys going. You got to run plays to get guys off of screens, hit shots. You got to do those things. You got to. It's very, very important for you to do those things, right? That's important. You get those guys going, then it opens up the floor for you. That's what made them such a good team, especially with DiVincenzo knocking down threes. He's non-existent, man, because they're not running any screens for him to knock down shots. You got to do that. Don't get so caught up with Brunson, man. Brunson is him. We know this already, but he needs help. Do what you've done to get you here. Yes, Brunson is the guy. He can score, but he don't need to score every time on offense. That never happened this year. He scored a lot, yes, but not every single time. There was games when DiVincenzo had it going, Deuce had it going, Josh Hart, OG Anunoby. Like, you got to – and those were the guys, believe it or not, that kind of had us pulling away in the fourth quarter. I'm just saying, man. RC, man, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. It's my first time seeing you on the channel, man. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Appreciate you coming through rocking with me and my boys. RC said Brunson tried to do too much by himself, right? No team ball. It had vibes of the old Randall. RC, I don't know if you just came in here, sir, but I said that from the beginning. And listen, and I love what he does. I truly do. I truly do, man. I do. I would not trade him for anybody. I love him. I love what he is to our team. I think he's the face. But we got to be real about what he did, like in the closing minutes, right? To me, that's you can't lose yourself to the point where you just get tunnel vision. You still got to use your team because that's what got you here. Don't lose yourself, and I think he did. You know what I'm saying? I think he did. And also too, man, we got to get DiVincenzo going. We got to get the flamethrower going, man. We're just not. You know what I'm saying? We got to have him run off those screens. We got to do something, man. But we got to get him going. Orlando C said it's going 7. When you see a snake, you got to kill a snake. Total meltdown. Agreed, sir. Agreed. Well said. Well said. Jay Supreme, I think Brunson had to try to do it all because Devo was non-existent. Josh could hit the side of the ball. They missed Bogey tonight. Yo, you know what? Agreed. We missed Bogey's offense. We did. Because then it gives OG Anunoby type blower. You know what I'm saying? So, Bogey's 6 points win us the game. How about that? His couple of threes win us the game. NBIC. Let's hear this out, people. He says if he doesn't score, he is straight toilet paper. NBIC is back, people. We salute you, NBIC. We missed you. Glad you came through rocking with LV Live today. Truly missed you, sir. Brunson is not trash. Okay? All the great players have these moments, right? Trust me. But, we don't need him to score 50 or 60 for us to win. We don't need it. We need 30, 35 is good. We have enough guys that can contribute. So, but no, he's not toilet paper. Fat says Brunson scoring 60 against the Spurs was the worst thing that could have happened. Yeah, man, listen, I would say this. I wouldn't say 60 against the Spurs, Fats. I would say Randall going down. Randall going down is big. That's big for this team because now you don't have some guy that you could feed the ball to slow things down. When they come double, because they got to double Randall, they have nobody on that team that could check Randall. Randall would have got his in every game of this series. And if Randall was here, I think we sweep this team. I think we sweep this team easy because they have nobody for Randall. And so Randall changes everything for this team, everything. Because remember, Randall's a legit 6'10". He's a hard check down there in that Baja, and he's a bully down there. So when they drop down and double, he kicks it out to OG on the 3. He kicks it out for Dante for the 3. He kicks it out for Brunson. We saw that in January, and that's when we was cooking. We had the best record in the league in January. So we miss Randall because of those things, because he facilitates well from that post. Sometimes it gets crazy when Randall's being Randall, right? We understand that. But we do miss his production, man. We just do. We just do. Because Brunson now, he thinks he's Iverson sometimes. Tim says DiVincenzo definitely doesn't look like himself. He looked lost out there, and that's why BX brother Achua was on the bench and didn't get no burn. Yeah, man, you know what, Tim? I think he's getting lost out there. I think because sometimes Brunson's getting tunnel vision, man. There's a couple of times where Brunson had the flamethrower over on the wing to swing it to him and didn't, and just went to the basket and tried to throw up something. And I'm like, dude, like, you got to move the ball, man. You know what I'm saying? WizBK LA said Deuce and OG were available to help Brunson score, but he didn't pass to them, right? His 61 against the Spurs was a loss. The lesson should have been learned then. Teamwork makes the dream work. Well said, sir. Well said. Teamwork makes the dream work. Well said. RC said, I believe that they just breathe life back into Philly. We need to end this in Philly. Good point. Earl Gaps, Oubre said that's a lot of shots. Yeah. Oubre was mad because he was getting cooked. Jason Reed, tonight we got exposed for being undermanned. Those dudes were gassed. That's a good point. Tim Brunson got to move. Got to have more trust in his team. No, he does, man. He does. Like, and also too, Tim, I'm glad you mentioned that. It's not like they were playing bad. Deuce wasn't playing bad. Deuce was coming up with big time like buckets and big time steals, big time shots. Like, Deuce wasn't playing bad. He was playing good. OG Anunoby was hitting his 15-footer. He was attacking the basket well. So it wasn't like the guys were stinking it up. So that's what I mean. Like, so that's what I'm saying, the tunnel vision. Because he's not even running the offense to say, all right, yo, look, they're worried about me. Let's bring Deuce on a curl. Let's get him in the corner. Let's get him for an open 3. Let's get DiVincenzo some shots. You understand what I'm saying? Think like that. Not like, yo, nah, yo, set the screen for me. Let me go up like we at the Rucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing, man? Like dogs. This is the league. You think these guys don't know what you're doing? You're going 1-on-5. You're running a 1-4 flat. Like, come on, this is easy work, man. So that surprised me on that. Facts. Fat said, I feel like since the game against the Spurs, Knicks haven't been moving the ball as well. Okay. With BKL, I said we can't be undermanned when the pressure Sims and Burks are on the bench. Agreed. And he doesn't trust Sims and Burks in these moments. Precious, yes. But Mitch did good tonight against Embiid, man. The bigs were good against Embiid. Now, if you want to bring Precious in at the 4 to help Anobi, then cool. And maybe Anobi comes in for Josh Hart. All right, I'm okay with that. But I think he was trying to close the game out, man. You know what I'm saying? Tibbs has done a great job. I'm not going to destroy Tibbs, man. They got the news today, I guess today or yesterday, about Bogey. So that came, like, you know what I'm saying? They wasn't expecting that. So I think he's just trying to figure out rotations, man. Plus, he was trying to close out the game. It's a closeout game. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. You know what I mean? I understand, like, it's tough when you're doing a closeout game. You know what I mean? So I think they got caught up in the moment. But when I'm speaking up from a player, I'm a player first. You got to pay attention to what the defense is doing. You can't just go head down and just, I'm going to the rack. Can't do that. Tips and facts. Deuce definitely kept us in the game, right? Brunson made it about him tonight and the cost us the rest, like players like Mitch to get some rest. Now, agreed. I think that's what happened in overtime, Tim. And I was upset. I was screaming at the TV like, yo, my man. It was the same thing every time he came down the court. He was coming off of that right side, coming off of the screen that iHeart was setting him. He was either going at Embiid or he was pulling for 3. Like, I'm like, dude, like, it's just, my man, like, come on, boss. Like, I get it. You know what I'm saying? But, yo, you got to, like, come on, man. Like, come on. You're a smarter ball player than that. You got to see exactly what they're doing. They're baiting you to that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. But once again, you guys don't think these guys are human, man. These guys are humans just like us, man. So trust me, they feel the pressure just like we do. Like they're tense just like we are. You see how we're tense? Watching the game, they're 20 times more tense. So I would not be surprised if he just got caught up. You understand what I'm saying? Not really paying attention, but that's where he's got to get better with that, right? Yeah, he's got to get better with that. So whereas the great players, the elite guys, LeBron and them understand it. They understand the dynamic and the gravity of the moment. They understand that. It doesn't get too big, it doesn't get too low. They're the same because they've been in these moments before. So he's got to get to that point. And I kind of sense that he kind of lost himself in that overtime period. Jason Reed said, I think next game Tibbs will bring in either Burks or Precious off the bench. Can't keep running 7-man rotation. That's a good point. That's a good point. NBIC said Tibbs didn't think to talk to Brunson about what he was doing. Tim said Tibbs let the starters play the whole third. That's what I don't like. He got to coach better and stop burning the players out. No, agreed. Agreed, man. Listen. I think Tibbs has done an amazing job this year. I think guys are getting hurt left and right. He's trying to do the best he can with what he has. And I think the Precious piece, okay, cool. You guys want to play Precious? I'm not knocking that. He could have kind of worked that in. But I think he was trying to win the game, man. So when you're trying to win the game, you're going to play your best players. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not, like, I think if I'm correct, how many players did Philly play? I think Philly only played 8, right? Who came off the bench for them? Paul Reed came in for a little bit. Who's the short rat looking kid? You know what I'm talking about. Number 22. Payne, right? Payne came in, right? And Batum. So he only played 8. So, I think Maxey only came off for a little bit, right? I think Maxey played like the whole game. So I get it, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yes, Tibbs should have done, but I think that in the moment, he was going with what He was trying to win the game, man. And he listen, guys, and we were there to win it. Guys missed free throws. Two guys, we made two of those free throws, we win the game. Then Mitch getting that bonehead 4-point. Like, come on, man. Like, come on, man. You don't foul behind a 3-point line. Like, that's everybody knows that. You know what I'm saying? So, Maxie just came up big, man. You gotta really take your hat off to that. Fat said Tibbs hasn't really proven himself in the playoffs, man. Yo, man, listen, that's a good point, man. Listen, Tibbs has had his moments, but I think tonight, man, I just think it's hard for me to put it on Tibbs, man. It's really, really hard. Like, I mean, if you want to use the precious thing, yes, but this is a closeout game. So usually with the closeout games, you're gonna really go with who you believe in, who you trust. Precious, okay, I can see playing him. But Sims, no. Sims hasn't played the whole series. Why would he put him in? Mitch is back, so we don't need him. Burks, no. Burks has looked like garbage since he's come over here. So why would he play him? So who else is there? Everybody, guys are dropping like flies. You know what I mean? So Coach says Mitch played great against Embiid. Yeah, I thought he was solid against Embiid, man. I thought he was solid against Embiid. I mean, listen, guys. The deciding factor was Maxey. Maxey changed everything. He really did. Maxey changed everything, and he came up with big shots, man. Especially that three at the buzzer right there, bang. You know what I'm saying? So, but guys, even with that, we were up by 5 in overtime. We were up by 5 in overtime. You know what I'm saying? We were up by 5. So it wasn't like they got that and they tied it up and we went into overtime. We got blown our doors off. No. We was up by 5, man. We got to close that out. It was like 3 minutes left. It was like 3 or 2 minutes left. We was up by 5. Then Brunson just decided to take every shot. I'm like, dude, like, come on, man. Even I can call what was going on. I'm like, dude. And then I saw everybody dropping back. I said, yo, no, we got to run the offense. We got to keep them honest. Hit OG Anunoby with a backdoor cut. Hit Deuce with a backdoor cut. Hit Deuce in the corner for 3. Run a set to where you can get iHeart to have a give and go with you, or give and go with Josh Hart, or give and go with OG Anunoby. Do something. Don't just run a 1-4 flat. Like, come on, man. And that's not Tibbs. Like, that's him on the court. He's the coach on the court. He's the point guard. So he got to say, all right, cool, I see what they're doing. Not continue to just, you know what I'm saying? So I thought he dropped the ball there. I thought he dropped the ball. You know what I mean? We got to salute him when he's good. We got to let him know when he was wrong. And I thought he was wrong in that overtime. RC said the deciding factor was bad play by Brunson and OT. RC, I have to agree with that. I have to agree with you on that, sir. Fats. Brunson was trying to match Maxey shot for shot. Yeah, man, but that's what I'm saying. Can't get caught up in that, man. Can't get caught up in that. You can't. Tim says he should have put Mitch and Deuce back in at least 6 minutes in the third. The defense definitely set the tone. Brunson and Hartstein needed rest and should have sat. Yeah. I see that. I see that too. I mean, Brunson came out in the fourth and rested. I mean, it's tough, man. What's the same Monday morning quarterback, right? Like, it's tough, man. In the moment, I thought we had the game, man. I thought we had the game. I didn't see. I thought we had the game. We was up by 5. We was up by 6 with like 30 or 40 seconds left, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's the playoffs, man. It's the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Jason Brief said Reed, right. Batum, right, and Payne. Yeah, they played 8. They played 8. We played 7. He played his best players, man. So I can't even be mad, you know what I mean, about Tibbs playing. Listen, man, it's a closeout game. He's gonna play his best. And BIC said Tibbs should have put Brunson until he got his head right. But that's what a good coach does. MBSC. He's not going to pull him in a closeout game and sit him down to chastise the kid. He's not going to do that, man. This is a closeout game. He had 47 points last game. Like, he's not going to do that. Like, I understand him, but once again, right, you're asking Tibbs to be like, this is not high school. You know what I'm saying? So that's not going to happen. This is the closeout game. I don't put that on Tibbs. I put that on Brunson. And because I'm a player first. As a player, you got to recognize what the defense is doing. Tibbs can't dribble the ball for you and shoot the ball for you. He can't do that. He can't tell you when to shoot and when not. That's you as a player. You got to decide in that moment what the defense is doing and make it to where you're getting your players involved. You're running the proper sets to where you got to do that. You can't sit there and just go a 1-4 flat on everybody. That's you know what I mean? Come on. You got to. Let's say I got one better. Let's say Tibbs said, yo, we run a 1-4 flat. I want you shooting every time. Brunson got to say, like, nah, coach. Like, nah, like, we got to run the offense because it's going to be easy for them to guard. That would make sense. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, so we got to be open. We got to kind of really, like, look at the player here, man. We got to look at the player. He sees the court. He's there. He's playing. He's sharp enough. He's come up with big-time plays. We got to give him that. But tonight in OT, man, he dropped the ball because he's trying to score every time. You don't need to do that. You're making it easy for those guys on defense. You know what I'm saying? You just start. So that's on him. That's not on the coach. CSB said, pull the best player in a close game to close that game. That makes a lot. Yeah, you wouldn't. No one ever does that, man. He's making over $100 million. Ain't no way. He just had 47 last game. There's no way you're gonna pull him, man. And here's the thing. Check it out. He got. And I'm gonna crush Brunson, but he comes up with big plays too. But look, he got he hit the free throws, right? Boom. And B slapped him in the eye. Then he came back and he tied the game right there in the same play. Same possession. They swung it to him. He went off the screen. Boom, 3, 106, 106. So that's what he does. My thing is that even with him doing that, he still has to have the balance of running the team. He's got to identify what the defense is doing. That's not the coach. That's the player. Tim says Brunson only sat for 2 minutes in the fourth, right? Tibbs should have took the ball out of Maxey's hands, especially if he was the one keeping him in the game. Yeah, he should. I like the double that you were talking about, Tim. Yeah, I like that double at the top of the key. They should have blitzed Maxey. They should have blitzed him, but I think they were just afraid of him swinging it and shooting a 3 on somebody. I think that's what they were, because Maxey was finding people, man. He was driving and dishing. He was doing a really good job of that. He just made a big play, man. It's playoffs, man. Like I'm trying to break it down and try and look at it but I'm watching the game and sometimes you just got to tip your cap, man. Like, damn, that's a great shot. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's just what happened. You know what I'm saying? I think that's why, Tim, they were afraid to blitz, because you don't want to leave Batum or Oubre open. Those guys can knock it down or get Embiid going, because Embiid was cooked. He was finished. Jay Supreme, I think so too, right? That's why I couldn't understand why they kept doubling Embiid when Mitch was playing tough. Yeah, exactly. Orlando C says, if it just seems like a struggle to get shots and they have more structure in the entire game, right? We also grinding out offense and need right. That Orlando C, I'm glad you said that. Like, we don't need to grind out shots, like, because we got shooters, we got guys that can shoot. So that's why I say it falls on him. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. You gotta take the shots, meaning the negative that comes with losing, as well as you gotta take, you take the positive and take the flowers and all the silver and the glory and all that other stuff. And the gold, the silver, the gold. Sorry. I'm thinking of medals that come with winning. You gotta take both ends, man. So I think tonight, he has great moments. He really did. But in overtime, man, he dropped the ball. Facts said, you think the Knicks are overachieving? No. Facts said, maybe they're not that good time. No. Facts, they are, man. They are. Listen, they're the 2 seed for a reason, man. They're a really good team. The problem is that we're guys are getting hurt. Mitch is not 100%, but neither is Embiid, right? But we're down one of our top guns. right? So we saw OG Anunoby tonight. He changes everything for us. That was an amazing deal they did with RJ to get RJ out. You know, I want RJ here, of course, but OG Anunoby something different. So you saw his impact tonight defensively, and then him coming up with big time shots as well. So I don't think we're overachieving at all. I just think we're down, you know, an all-star. Randall's a 3-time all-star, man. And an all-NBA guy. That's a lot of production. That's 25 and 10. 25 and 10. In the book. Book it. That's what he gets every night. So, you know, on top of his presence, Randall's big, man. You know what I mean? I've been in some games and I've stood next to him. He's big. He's you know, you don't realize he's that big. And then you say, okay, now I see why he does what he does in that Baja. You know what I'm saying? So that's, you know, we're missing that. RC says, I believe Brunson to be wise and will learn from this. Hopefully, if we won't be too late, hats off to Philly, right? They took advantage of our bad play. We give them one back, but it hurt. Like, yeah, it did hurt. RC, it did hurt, man. It did. But this is the playoffs, man. This is the playoffs. Fat said they were destroying teams with Randall Nobia playing. They was. You saw what we did to Denver, right? We blew Denver out by 30 in the Garden. We smoked them dudes. Remember, we played the Timberwolves too. We beat them by like 10, I believe. No, not 10. I'm bugging. It was like maybe like 5 or 6. But remember, OG Anunoby had Ant-Man and clamps. And we see what Ant-Man is doing. But OG Anunoby had him in handcuffs. So we got the crew. We're just missing him. And you know the Knicks are going to go get another piece this summer. And by the looks of things, guys, you hear was chirping out there, right? You heard it here first on the LV Live show. Didn't I say Devin Booker wants to come in? Didn't I say that? It's chirping out there. You hear people chirping that Devin Booker wants to be a Knick. You hear that, right? Stephen A said it, but I'm hearing it all over the place. They said in NBA circles, that's what the talk is. He wants to leave Phoenix. And I'm not surprised. So, you know, that's a little bit off topic, but I'm telling you. NBIC says stop with the Devin Booker stuff. Stop that. NBIC is back, people. I salute you, sir. Welcome back to the show, NBIC, a pillar here in the LV Live show. Jay Supreme said we're missing scoring, right? Devo and Hart, right, must step in the game, 6 scoring-wise. Deuce has been solid, right? We have to get scoring from others. Can't be all Brunson. We miss Randall and Bogey badly. Agreed. Well said, man. Listen, man, it's a tough game, man. Tough game, but listen, in this league, the closeout game is always the toughest. It was. And we had our moments tonight. We just missed free throws, and Maxey hit a big time shots. That 4-point play was crazy. Mitch has got to be smarter than that, but we know Mitch be doing like bonehead stuff sometimes. So, you know, but it's gonna be tough, man. I wouldn't be surprised if we go 7. But I think we close them out in 6. I think 6, they're gonna feel a lot of pressure. They're gonna be up, you know what I mean, amped up and stuff like that. But I think the Knicks will be a lot more focused because they're not at home. They're on the road, and they play better on the road. They've always been a better road team. So I think we close them out in 6. I think we do that. All right, but listen, people, look, that's my show. I'm LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Hit that like button, people. Right? Also, too, if it's your first time coming by and you're watching this on the replay, please leave comments because I do respond to them. And also, too, please subscribe to the channel. All right, that's my show. I'm LV Live. I'll be back for Game 6. I think we close them out in 6, people. I think we close them out in 6. All right, that's my show, and I'm out of here, people.